Shannon Ballard. His opponent tonight, 225. You've seen him on WWE and TNA, the future, Frankie Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian, Shannon Ballard. I think it is Shannon Ballard, Dragon Day.
Yes, it is. You know, and I got to tell you something. I don't know who to root for in this one because I like both of these guys. They're both very, very good athletes, and this is going to be a good one.
This should be a good one. This is round 3, folks. The winner of this match goes on to face the one you just saw, Dash Riprock. And we've got a shake of the hands here, although, Dragon Dave, that means nothing when you shake the hands of a Ballard.
Well, let me tell you something. This is Shannon, right? This is Shannon we're talking about, you know. And, you know, it's going to be a good match. And speaking of twins, I got to tell you a story about last week when I had a couple of twins, but that's another story.
Folks, big-time wrestling action continues with Shannon Ballard versus Frankie Kazarian. Nice pinning combination there. Up with a bridge. And into a backslide. Now, who's going to get this one? Nobody. Oh, another hook. Shannon lands on his feet, turns around, nice backslide, 1, 2. Oh, this one could have been over before it began, Dave.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you know if Shane or Shannon had to toss a coin to see who was going to enter this tournament? I mean, how did they decide on this one?
This was all decided by the BTW Championship Committee when Wildstorm had to relinquish his belt. There was an ongoing voting that happened, and the Championship Committee paired everyone in the first bracket by record, win-loss record, and by pairings of, really, it was a voting committee that did that.
Well, but in my opinion, Shane and Shannon are an equal pair. How can you compare the two?
There's a nice arm drag, and it looks like Shannon got the worst of that after rolling out of one. Both guys now jockeying for position here, but I think the Ballard's on the short end of that stick.
I think you're avoiding my question.
Well, because I don't know the answer to it. That's what I do. I just go ahead and broadcast the action and avoid all your questions. That's how I live longer.
Well, aren't you supposed to be a broadcast journalist? Are you supposed to know everything? Find out the facts, go backstage and find out the facts? What's up with you? What's up?
Well, I'm only given what the Championship Committee gives me, and that's these notes here. If you want the actual roll by voting, I can go get that for you at the intermission, Dragon Dave. Now, Frankie Kazarian landed on his feet from a monkey flip, sends Ballard into the corner. Nobody home, up to the top rope, and a side Russian leg sweep from the second rope. Very impressive move.
I like that a lot.
Frankie Kazarian didn't. And there's the Ballard putting the boots to him. How long would it take before the Ballard showed his true colors, Dragon Day?
Is this a joke? Because I don't know. I don't know the ending of it.
There's always a punchline, but it could have been a rhetorical question. Suplex coming up. Nailed him with it. Roll through with the hips. 2 count. Well, Shannon looking very good and looking very fast. I think he's matching Frank Kazarian in speed.
Let me ask you something. How many Ballards does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I hope I don't walk into this one. No, Dragon Dave, how many does it take?
I thought you would know the answer.
Well, I see a 2 count here. Oh, man, I really do waltz into these things, don't I? And a chin lock applied. Wear down maneuver. I think it's a good idea that Shannon does that because I don't think he's going to match Kazarian in speed for long.
Now, what the referee Washington doing here? He should be checking for a chokehold. This could be a chokehold.
Ronnie Washington's doing his job. Well, I guess he didn't see those closed fists by Kazarian either. Oh, and Kazarian runs into a nice double forearm by Shannon Ballard. Covered, 2 count only.
gotta tell you something. Somebody has to pick up the pace, and I think that Shannon better use his speed and agility. Oh!
Grabbed him by the neck and drove the back of his head down to the canvas. Folks at home, that impact sounded almost as bad as poor old Emperor hitting the floor.
I think Frankie Kazarian pulled his hair. The referee should check on that.
Oh, he very well could have. Oh no, now he's going to suplex him back of the ring for his trouble. Shannon blocks it.
Could it be? Could he suplex Frankie? I think he, oh, he does.
Oh my God, folks. Suplex out onto the hardwood floor. Both men down. Frankie definitely got the worst of that one. I don't think Shannon quite knows where he is. He's crawling around the floor somewhere. I don't know what sort of souvenirs he hopes to pick up.
I think he's looking for some loose change.
He might be. His car might be over parked there at that parking meter. Look at this, folks. BTW brings you the best action, coast to coast. This tournament has seen some incredible action so far, and we look for even better matches to follow.
Now, I hear the fans are chanting for Frankie. Now, what's wrong with the fans? Shannon Ballard, he's just as a good a competitor. How come they're not chanting for him?
Oh, Dave, everybody hates the Ballards, including me. Now, there's some forearms, and he got kicked off. Oh! Over the head, belly to belly, hard clothesline. Down goes Shannon. That rattles the cage.
Picking up the pace on this match right now.
Oh, beautiful spinning kick. Down he goes. This looks like the leg drop coming up. Oh, and he didn't get all of it, but right in the chest, right in the solar plexus. That'll knock the wind out of you, Dragon Dave.
Let me tell you something. I think Frankie Kazarian is living up to his nickname. He looks to be the future to me.
Well, the future looks pretty good right now. And the future doesn't look good for poor Shannon Ballard as he takes a stiff chop up and over. Oh, could be a victory roll or maybe the electric chair. I don't know which. Oh, electric chair with a bridge. 1, 2. Oh, how did he kick out of that?
Because he's tough. He's tough and he's Canadian.
Well, I suppose that gets you out of an electric chair because they use lethal injection there, but oh, there's a nice knee to the red basket. Now, we've seen this move before. The Ballard brothers use this. Kazarian reverses, gives him a knee for his trouble, off the ropes. He ducks, and oh, and a short power bomb. That could be it. Oh, 2 3/4 Dragon Dave. Don't you?
Once again, Ronnie Washington slow on the count.
Slow on the count or not, these two guys are going at it tooth and nail. Whoever wins this really deserves it. Both men now on their feet. Shoots him off. Frankie reverses the whip. Oh, that's his finishing move there. A reversal. Out on his feet again. Oh! And a face buster. Good night, Frankie. This is it. That's it. Explain to me how he kicked out of that one, Dragon Day.
Well, I think Ronnie Washington once again counted too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a great match here. Two good competitors. I think the first one to put a finishing move on now has it. Oh, and here it is. Speaking of which, we've seen this before from the Ballard brothers. This is a spinning. Once he drops you, it's lights out. Kazarian out of it. Oh, there's his finisher right there on the noggin.
This is it.
1, 2, 3. Great victory for Frankie Kazarian. Let's go to Alan Bolte.
Your winner, the future, Frankie Kazarian.
All right, Dragon Dave, the winner of this bout was Frankie Kazarian. So now he'll go on to face Dash Riprock, your man, in the next round. So it looks like we have Harry Smith and Jason Styles coming up. That should be another good one.
Yes, indeed. But and my pick for that one is Jason Styles. You know, did I ever tell you what happened to Jason Styles and myself and the Chickadees from the last time we were in this lovely town? Well, I don't think it was that lovely, but the ladies certainly look lovely.
Yeah, well, I read all about it in Reader's Digest, so thank you very much, Dragon Dave. Here's your winner, Frankie Kazarian. Now, we had a handshake at the beginning. Let's see if we have one at the end here. I think these two really had a good match together. Oh, what is going on here? A little falling out in the ranks between the Ballards and Kazarian. You see, this is what happened when championship gold is up for grabs.
Well, Well, you know, every man wants it. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to remain friends after a tournament like that.
Well, I think Mr. Ballard has something up his sleeve there. That looks like a pretty imposing stare, don't you think, Dragon Dave?
Well, just be glad he wasn't staring at you.
I'm glad every day he doesn't stare at me. There's your winner, folks. The future, Frankie Kazarian, and the future looks bright for that young competitor.
Frankie Kazarian shaking these people's hands. What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with shaking the fans' hand. They come out and they want to congratulate a wrestler on a great victory, Dragon Dave. How many people line up to shake your hand?
Well, first of all, I don't know where they've been, so I don't shake their hands.
They don't know where you've been either. Folks, let's go up to our broadcast colleague, Alan Bolte.